everybody, I'm Nicole from Haliburton County Public Library, and today we're going to be doing Hanging with My Gnomes Tire Garden. So here's what today's looks like at the end. And here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a strap or some chain to hang the tire up, some plants, some dirt. I have some old leftover paper I'm going to use as a kind of a lining over top of some stones for some filter. So you will need some stones. You'll need spray paint. Depends on your color. It won't stick forever, but it does do a nice coat. A lot easier than painting it by hand. I'm going to be using some white paint for some details. I have a gnome statue and a gnome spike there. You also need a paintbrush, some papers. You'll need a tire. And I recommend if you spray paint your tire, put it on a bag. It makes a lot less sticking to it. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so you should follow whatever directions are on your paint can. And also just ignore my pajama pants in this part of the clip. I wear them because I didn't want to wreck my good pants. Okay, so all spray paints you should use out in a well-ventilated area. So no spray paint's gonna stick 100% on a tire. So be prepared for at least some peeling. You may need to do more than one coat, but I'm gonna do at least one, and then I'll flip the tire, do the other side. And if I have to do a second coat, I will do that off video so that you don't have to watch. Okay, and then just wait for it to dry, do another coat, and then go from there. Okay, so after your spray paint is dry, you're gonna hang this. So this has been dried overnight, completely dry, didn't want to take any chances. I apologize for the chickens in the background. So what you're gonna do is, I have an old strap, because it was cheaper and laying around, I'm gonna use. So, if you can, loop it around the branch first, and then loop it through and create a small knot with the strap and just pull it up the tree. I've just taken it and I've double knotted it on the branch so I have two straps, or it going around twice, and it's both double knotted so that it's not going anywhere. So I did do the double loop because I don't want it going anywhere at all, and there is going to be a lot of weight going in it with the rocks, the stones, and the plants and the dirt. What we're going to do now is I'm going to put the rocks in the bottom. So let me get those. So you don't need a lot. What you want is the very bottom end of your tire. If you have water standing in it, you want a good 2 or 3 stones worth, so about 1.5 inches. You don't need it a lot. I'm just doing this so that no roots sit in the water. I'm just gonna take a piece of paper. I've used it. So, and this is just so. Now you're gonna take your dirt and put it in. You want it to be kind of level with that, but we'll see how much I have left. Okay, so with the dirt in, figure out how you want to plant the plants. I do just leave them in the container until I figure out exactly that way. So what you're going to do now is take them out of out of the containers and plant them. So I do start furthest in. And I'm just digging holes for them with my hands. So I do have some other plants, and I'm just using it to fill in the gaps. These ones are ground crawlers, so you don't need to bury them as much. And this will just help fill it in. Give it a good watering. I say give it a good watering, but you want to be careful because you do not have a drainage system. And then you take your gnomes. So I have the big one. I did purposely leave a spot right here for him. And then I have the little pig one that goes back here. So the next step is the painting. So I have the white paint in the cup and my paintbrushes. So I'm going to be writing this backwards on one side. So it's going to be hanging with my gnomes on this, like that. But I want to get the spacing right, so I'm going to be going a little bit backward. Okay, and I'm just going to touch up some of the letters. Okay, so I'm going to leave that. So that's really it. If you have what is called a low profile tire, which basically means you're going to have about that much there to write on, you can add a board or sign, or just do away with the words altogether. But I'm gonna leave this be. Make sure it can get some sun, and the plants that you put in are gonna be okay with part sun. So that's the video. Thank you for joining me. You can paint it a different color. You don't even have to put the words on. You don't have to put the gnomes in. You can do just a flower garden. I like the hanging with my gnomes thing, so yeah. Again, thank you for joining me, and I'll have another video ready for you next